We see the other two teams in action as Argentina take on Korea. Well, earlier on today we saw Russia pick up a really big early win against Nigeria in what was a very exciting and gripping opening game. So we all hope that this one will be similar. This game now should be fascinating to see how Korea will go about trying to upset this very strong Argentinian side. Just a reminder that there are 8 different groups of 4 teams across 8 different cities in China, and it will be the top 2 sides in each group that will progress through to the second round stage. So Adam Fielder and Graham Hiscock in the commentary box again for this one. And Graham, just quickly looking back on the game we saw earlier, it was a brilliant start, wasn't it, to the World Cup?
Yeah, it was a fun game. 2 teams going at it from the start, and Nigeria really impressed me the way they held off the Russian challenge, got their own lead, and then it just fell apart a bit, partly down to Nigeria, but also down to the great play of Russia. And with Korea, the press conference yesterday, Kim Sang-sik, just playing down their chances. They're here to learn. They appreciate they're a smaller team, but watch them go. They will move the ball quickly. They were #1 in assists in qualification, and they will cause Argentinians some problems, but I'm sure it will be the other way round as well with Argentina.
Yeah, so the Korean side have been introduced to this ever-growing crowd. The crowd was magnificent earlier on for that game between Russia and Nigeria, and we're expecting something similar here for this one. As I mentioned earlier, they love their basketball in this part of the world, and of course a chance to see the great Luis Scola in action as well today. What are you expecting from this Argentinian side, Graham?
Well, I expect them to play really smart and be tough and pull out all the tricks if they need to. They got Scola there as like a coach on the floor. It's his 5th World Cup. He was the leading scorer in 2010, and he's got some young players as well coming up behind, Gabriel Deck, and of course they have the magician, Facundo Campazzo.
Well, there is their coach, Sergio Hernandez, vastly experienced now. His coach Hernandez. So the 2 teams have been introduced. Russia beating Nigeria 82 points to 77 earlier on today. And it is now time for Argentina and Korea. At one stage in that final quarter in the Russia-Nigeria game, Nigeria led by 8. And it was some comeback in the end. There's a look at the world rankings. As you can see, Argentina 5 in the world, Russia the closest to them at 10. But there are 27 spots between Argentina and their opponents today, Korea. So it is really going to be intriguing to see what Korea can do. It's now the turn of the national anthems.
Ladies and gentlemen, now please stand up for the national anthem of the Republic of Korea. 请全体起立，奏双方国歌。首先奏大韩民国国歌。
So the formalities completed, and we are just under 4 minutes away from the second game in Group B getting underway. There is Sergio Hernandez, his second spell in charge of Argentina. He had a 5-year stint between 2005 and 2010, and he's now been in charge since 2015. Of course, he led them to the Olympic bronze medal back in Beijing of 2008. But yeah, what can this Korean team find? Competing in their 8th FIBA Basketball World Cup here in China. Here are the 3 officials today. But yeah, here's a date for you, Graham. October the 4th, 1978. Does that ring any bells?
No, but I think you're going to tell us all, Adam.
Well, I would have been impressed if you'd known, but that date, the last time that Korea won a match in the preliminary rounds of the World Cup. That was against Senegal back in the day. And this is the starting 5. Who are you picking out on that list, Graham?
Well, Raguna is their middle man. He's the real glue inside. But also, Lee Jung-young, he's a big scorer for them, a big player. He was at the press conference yesterday and spoke very smartly as well about their chances and what they're looking to do here. But Gunnar is our player under the spotlight. 8 double-doubles in the qualifiers, 2 games of 29 points during the prep games against good opposition, one of them being Lithuania. And he is just a man mountain. We saw him in practice yesterday and just were quite taken back about the size and the physicality of the man. Yeah,
he is enormous. A real athlete is Raguna, as we look at the Argentinian starting 5, and well, just so much talent.
Well, there's lots of experience. Luis Scola is 5th World Cup. Young Vildosa, La Provitola's just been voted MVP of the Spanish League, and he's moving to Real Madrid. Delia was at the last World Cup as well. He's another big man to play alongside Scola. But this man we're going to concentrate on right now, Facundo Campazzo, the magician as they call him in Madrid, and he is a magician and a provider for this Argentinian team. 8 assists a game for the qualifiers, 3.3 steals, and voted most valuable player of the Spanish League finals this season. So La Provitola and Campazzo on one side, both the current MVPs out in Spain.
Can you see any potential weaknesses in this Argentinian side?
Just the only thing that may hold them back is if they underestimate the Koreans. I did the Koreans against Lebanon. Now Lebanon are not Korea, but they went into Lebanon, they'd already qualified. Lebanon were desperate to win, and they had a massive crowd there, and they kept pushing and kept pushing. But coach Kim Sang-shik did not let them down. He would not let them stop playing, and they won that game even though they'd already qualified. And that says a lot about them, that they will move the ball quickly, they will get up and down the floor, and I think they will start as fast as they can to get the Argentinians out of sync.
Now, there's no doubt that Sergio Hernandez will not have allowed his Argentinian team to take the Koreans lightly today, that is for sure. I'm sure he's been drumming that into them for the last however many weeks when they found out that Korea were in their group.
And it was interesting at the press conference where Scola was asked yesterday, does he know any of the players from Korea, and he said no. And Lee Jung-young said, well, we hope at the end of this game that the Argentinians will know every player in this Korean team. And so do we. We want it to be another close game. We want it to be a spectacle. And I'm looking for, it's going to be a very special occasion.
So Luis Scola, the first Argentine out onto the floor. He's 22 points away, by the way, of becoming the second highest scorer in Basketball World Cups. At the moment, he's in 3rd spot behind Andrew Gaze. Scola has 573 points to his name. Gaze 594, but way out in front. Not for catching, you think. Oscar Schmidt with 906. It is an extraordinary record that he has, but you'd imagine at some stage, whether it's today or over the course of this week, Scola will move into 2nd spot on the all-time list. But here we go. It's the second game in Group B. Will it be Argentina? Will it be Korea to follow in Russia's footsteps and pick up an early win? Straight into the able hands of Scola.
Interesting that Campazzo doesn't start. He did tweak his ankle.
And now he's 19 points away. Didn't take him long.
Maybe they don't need Campazzo to start. Great movement. And just similar to Pau Gasol, that sort of player just picks his spots to shoot the three.
Penetration, throws up the little floater, can't get it to go. The rebound from Marcos Delia.
That's a tough shot, tough floater over the outstretched Argentinian defense.
Now Vildoza for three. Back-to-back threes for Argentina to kickstart this one in impressive fashion.
And they're shooting as well as they did in practice yesterday when we were watching. They don't miss much. You leave them open, you'll pay the price.
Well, this guy doesn't miss much either, but he's off target on that occasion. Rebound by Scholar on this time. Here is Vildoza. Foul is called on Jung-hyun Lee, the Korean captain.
Good early signs for Vildoza, especially a young player getting a start. Just 24 years old and Argentinian. Started really fast.
Scholar, you can hear the noise whenever he will get on the ball.
Of course, played in China the last few years, and he loves it over here and spoke very fondly of the Chinese people in his press conference yesterday.
Yeah, currently playing his trade. So it's about an hour's flight from here in Shanghai for the Shanghai Sharks. Drives the captain and off the backboard gets Korea's first points.
That's a good strong move to the middle, and he got a good look at the backboard and just knocked it down off the glass.
There's Vildoza. Vildoza into Scholar. Great pass. He'll be disappointed, Scholar, that he hasn't made the two. Jung-hyun Lee did well just to keep hold of the ball. Now, Sung-hyun Kim. Nice feint. Throws up the mid-range jumper. Nice start from Sung-hyun Lee.
Yeah, nice knockdown shot with the left hand.
Good pass into Delia. Oh, and the roll just not falling Argentina's way right now. Jung-hyun Choi can bring it away here. Oh, the little disguise, no-look pass, and not quite on the same wavelength.
That's a good look. They will move the ball so quickly. They just want to break on you. Just keep playing as fast a pace as they can. And just see, for Scholar now 39 years old, will he start to flag maybe later in the game?
Ravitolova, here is Garino. Oh, Garino somehow is able to keep hold of it, but pretty heavy-handed then underneath. The pass all the way down the floor as an open look out in the corner. Good defense there from Scholar to get out. And now the block from Vildoza.
Vildoza started really well. Good defensive play.
Well, there's a fair few Argentinian flags and shirts around this Wuhan Sports Centre. No matter where you go in the world, you can normally find an Argentinian supporter. Whatever sport you're watching, they are such a passionate fan base. Jung-hyun Lee pops it off, but Sung-hyun Kim just couldn't quite get it away. Good, a nice pass underneath. Get out of my house, says Luis Scholar. And take all the time in the world to knock down Argentina's third three.
Yeah, that's a great ball movement. Pass over the top. And Garino knocks down the wide open shot. They will get a lot of open looks.
Kim try to find Raguna. It's a cheap turnover, but good defense in transition from Seong-hyun Lee.
That's good D. Raguna just stopped. He looked frustrated for a second there. Didn't get back immediately on defense. And just looking at the three from Garino, they will find a lot of open looks, Argentina.
Here is Scholar. Oh!
That was a tough D.
Clean. Scholar is furious that a foul hasn't been called. He thought that it was all arm.
It's interesting to hear some of the conversations with the referees being mic'd up as well.
Vitelova for another three. This time off target, but the enormous presence of Delia brings down the rebounds. Foul goes on Sung-Hyun Kim.
Argentina do have an advantage. Raguna is a physical specimen, but he hasn't got the length of some of these Argentinian players. And Delia and then Deck will come in as well at about 6'8". They've got so many options.
Scholar thought about the three. Instead, the extra pass to the corner. Sung-Hyun Kim brings down the rebounds. There's a lot of open looks, though, in the early stages for Argentina from outside, which is a little concerning.
Good drive, good positive play by Lee Jong-young. Just goes to the open spot. Cross comes Scholar. Gets some ball, but he gets some hand as well. Both teams share the ball so well. Both averaging over 20 assists, scoring highly in qualifiers as well. Should be a fun game to watch.
Korea have lost their last 13 games against opponents from the Americas continent. Looking to try and stop that rot here as Delia grabs yet another board. The Provitola. Scholar looking to go to work on Raguna. Can't get the right-hand jump hook to go. Jung-Hyun Lee into Raguna again. Just misfiring at the moment is the naturalized Korean. Now another three-pointer goes up, just comes up short. Rebound this time from Jun-Yong Choi. Throws up, this will be a three if it goes, which it does.
Great individual play by Lee Jong-young. Just off the dribble, knocks down the shot. Captain and leader of this team.
Scholar, oh, what a pass into Garino. Great D from Jun-Yong Choi. Nice ball movement. Oh, this is brilliant.
Just happy to make the extra pass. And if they can get it into Raguna inside, even though there is high options in there for Argentina, if they can get it in there close enough to the basket, he will get a look. And that's a beautiful dribble to the left, pull up and shot. But some good signs for Korea defensively. They're competing, they're blocking shots, they're rebounding, they're not getting overrun, which is good signs for the coaching staff.
Well, he only became a naturalized Korean last year in 2018, did Raguna. It was known as Ricardo Ratliff before being given the name Raguna. Does have an American wife, but his daughter was born in Korea. Here is Scholar. Bulldozer. Again, Raguna immediately on Scholar, who is off target once more after that early three. He's struggled actually with his shot.
Good job by Raguna, just bodying Scholar up, making it as difficult as possible for him.
Yeah, 2 for 7 from the field so far for Scholar.
I'm sure he's aware he's 22 points behind. But his coach is not going to want him to force it. It will just come when it comes, the scoring record.
Lee can't get the three. Good rebound by Campazzo. Here goes Scholar again, drives inside, difficult shot. Good defense again from the Koreans, and here they go. The fast break, it's blink and you'll miss it stuff.
That's great play by Kim Sung-young. I think it was a great idea. They finished practice early yesterday. They had been really tired. They are looking sharp this evening when it really matters. As you say, blink and you'll miss this action.
Scola again, finally gets one to go.
Much quicker move. He'd pounded the ball a little bit against with Raguna on his back. This time just catch, finish before the defense can come.
Jung-Hun Lee to Jung-Hyun Lee. Throws it back outside. Perimeter defense from Scola, or poor hands. Cheap turnover.
Good idea by the Koreans. Great fundamentals with the shot fake, dribble, the pass, but Jung-Hyun Lee just not quite ready.
It's Marcos Delia. Now Vildoza. Vildoza again, drives inside, great move, great penetration.
That's a great explosion of pace there, and finish with his left hand right at the hoop. Vildoza has come out ready to play. Very impressed with him.
Raguna comes up short, just hasn't quite got himself going just yet. Sure it won't take him long. Campazzo.
Immediately being double teamed when he has the ball. Trying to get the ball out of his hands as quick as possible. And look at that, no help. Raguna couldn't get across. Vildoza for two.
Nicola Brasino comes onto the floor for Argentina, as does Hye-Hoon. Campazzo looking to go himself. Difficult shot, can't get it, but good work from Brasino. Lee grabs the rebound, and how the fast break is on once again for Korea. Into Raguna. Guna looking to try and get it to go, but great defense, and Brasino can bring it away here for Argentina. Now Campazzo into Luis Scola. Scola, oh, great work. And Marcos Delia with the finish.
Wonderful pass. Delia getting in behind the eye line of Guna. And just a great look by Scola. What a great team player he is.
So the lead is 4. Last touch off a Korean hand, so Argentina will get it back.
Superb pass. Again, being 6'8", 6'9", willing to share the ball. And you've got willing cutters off the ball.
It's Campazzo. Brasino tried to just feed it into Delia. Here they go again. Hold on the travel, they'll turn it over.
And Hye-Hoon just getting a touch ahead of himself there, taking the extra step. But again, you just see the way Korea want to get the ball and just go. Just make that pass as quick as they can.
Physically, though, how tough is that to continue over the course of an entire game?
Well, that will be tough. They're going to have to rotate the bench, and every player coming in has just got to be ready to run and run at this Argentinian team. They can't just let it get into a half-court game. Argentina will destroy them potentially.
Yeah, we were speaking about the film Coach Carter earlier on. You'd imagine this Korean side have done their fair share of suicides.
I think they are super fit.
Brasino for 3. Again from the outside.
Another top player coming off the bench. Good size, about 6'7". And he can just shoot the ball over most defenses.
Step back 2. Comes up short. Brasino with another rebound. He's had a good impact since coming off the bench as Nicola Brasino. Scola thought about the 3. Again, he's got Raguna for company. Into Delia, who twists and turns and finishes with the left hand beautifully.
Good interchange between Scola and Delia with the left hand finish.
The lead is 9. We've got 30 seconds to go. There's about 14 seconds between the shot and the game clock here. Hye-Hoon throws up the 2. Gets it back though. Hyojin Jong. No good. Brasino with another rebound.
That's a pity for Korea because they still had time. They could have taken the last shot there. And of course they've gone for the shot, they've missed it, and now Argentina have a chance to increase the lead with Campazzo.
Of course, Argentina have already won one tournament this year. They won the Pan American Games that was hosted in Lima earlier this year. So they should arrive here with a fair amount of confidence behind them.
And the core group of this team were at that tournament, so they've already had good preparation there, plus all the World Cup preparation games, so they're ready to go, and they're playing as though they're ready to go as well.
He's got 2 seconds to get the final shot of the quarter rail. He's passed it on instead. I don't think he quite realised. And in the end, the 3 is off target, and the buzzer brings to an end a very fast-paced opening quarter in which Argentina lead by 11, 22 points to 11.
Looking at the stats, 57% from behind the three-point line, just 25% from 2. But that's massive. If the different players they're getting that can score from behind the three-point line as well, whether it's a Campazzo, a guard, or the bigs like Scholar, Brasino. And there's Scholar getting the game off to a flying start for Argentina. And Vildoza as well as impressed, starting in the place of Campazzo. And Kim Sang-sik, a little bit of frustration there, but Korea just need to hang around, same as Nigeria in the first game. They've got the players, they've got the shooters. If they can get hot, Raguna can keep things under control inside. They've got a chance to compete with this Argentinian team. It's a really nice Euro step by Kim Sang-young. They're technically very correct, Adam, the Koreans. And then having Raguna just gives them a different look. But because of their undersized, they have to do everything at top level fundamentally.
Well, there's another reminder to download the official FIBA Basketball World Cup app. I'm sure you all have it already, but if you don't, you can download that for free and it will guide you through the entire World Cup. I'm sure you've had it right from the start of the qualification process. 645 days ago that all started. Yeah, make sure you download it. You can get all the latest news and highlights and everything you could possibly need to guide you through the next 16 days. As Raguna looking to try and get himself going. Scholar brings down the rebound into Campazzo. Scholar. Again, stadium erupts as Campazzo throws the 3, no good. Raguna with the rebound. Now the 3 is on the way, and another 3 knocked down by their captain, Jung-Hyun Lee.
Yeah, Jung-Hyun Lee, great left-hand dribble, just pulls up and knocks down the 3. Kim Sang-sik said they are here to learn, but I think they will compete as much as they can with Argentina and maybe cause an upset in one of the other games.
Campazzo, now Brasino. Scholar for 3, started the game with a 3. Sung-Kyun Kim looking to go coast to coast. Big rebound from Raguna, throws it back outside, another 3 on the way. Guna again with the rebound, and this time he draws the foul.
It's incredible the effort he puts in. He's one man from Korea basically in there against Delia and Scholar, and he's still coming up with a rebound. That is, he gets it and then decides to go up again and gets fouled.
He is built like some kind of Roman god, Raguna. So he can probably muscle 3 or 4 out the way if he has to, and Scholar brings him down.
Yeah, the Argentinian players are big, but they're built differently to Guna. They have more length. But Guna will cause some problems for all three of the other teams in this group for sure.
Well, the applause is for Luis Scholar heading to the bench.
Yeah, this must feel almost like a home game for him. He's a real fan favourite, and again, the way he spoke in the press conference yesterday, he's endearing himself to this country for sure.
5 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists already for Scholar. Oh, it's a lovely pass, and the feint as well is good, and Garino nearly managed to get the ball into the hands of Delia. They've managed to keep it alive, though, here have Korea, although the 24 seconds expires.
Just running out of shot clock. It was a rush shot there. Lee Sung-young, it's a shot he can make for sure. It's good defense by the Argentinians, making it as tough as possible every possession.
Campazzo. Marcos Delia. And Deck going to work. Manages to draw the foul. He'll head to the stripe.
Yeah, good play by Deck, just coming straight in. Good young player, best Argentinian player coming out of their leagues in more recent years, and now, of course, playing with Campazzo and Provitola at Real Madrid next year.
Yeah, he won the 2018 FIBA Americas League when he was with San Lorenzo, did Gabriel Deck. He also picked up the Grand Final MVP that year as well. Only 24 years of age still, so still very young. So much ability there, though.
Yeah, he did really well in the qualifiers as well with the 5 games he played. So a start in the making.
Jung-Kyun Lee into Raguna on the reverse is fouled and will shoot 2.
Just good movement again from Raguna. And a nice bounce pass. And Delia, he's going to get the run around, him and Scholar. And if Raguna can start making his outside shot as well to bring the defense further out, then space will open up for others.
I mentioned about the Basketball World Cup app. If you want to interact with us as well, you can do so by the hashtag FIBAWC and also hashtag Argentina got game. I think we know Argentina have got game. Hashtag Korea got game, and we're beginning to see that they've also got game. So yeah, interact with us using those hashtags if you'd like to.
Just a bit too much fizz on that pass from Campazzo, a right-handed wraparound bullet to Delia. You can't take your eyes off him when you're on the court with Campazzo. Bit of full court pressure here, just to change things up.
Sang-Hyun Kim. Plays his club basketball in Seoul as Sang-Hyun Kim. He's been with Seoul his entire career, actually.
Bit of a flailing arm there from Campazzo.
So timeout called by Sergio Hernandez and Argentina.
la ponen muy abajo, muy cerca de línea de fondo para los tiradores. Hoy no podemos cerrar con esto. Nos están complicando.
I think Adam, Argentina are going to be quite happy. They're in control of the game but they've got to keep the pressure on. And you see the bench scoring for Argentina, six assists. As we said at the start, both teams shared the ball really well in the qualifiers and will look to do that again. But Coach Hernandez, so much experience himself at World Cups. He knows what's required to keep this team on point and not to slack off at all.
Well, I'm sure there were plenty of nerves around, not just from the Korean players, but the Argentines as well. But certainly the way that Korea have started this game, they can hold their heads up high. They are battling, they're fighting, they are still very much in touch. It's just an 8-point game right now. And they have possession here as well. 7 minutes and 41 seconds still to go in the first half. Sang-Kyun Kim. Gunnar, nice pass from Gunnar. Lee just couldn't quite make the layup. Yeah, last touch off Campazzo. Campazzo looks a little bewildered at the call.
Yeah, they're just hustling all over the court, Korea. Nice pass in from Gunnar. They just couldn't finish at the hoop. They need to make those close-in plays.
I think he knows it. Here's Gunnar on the reverse, gets it, fouled and one.
Yeah, that was smart play by Gunnar. Just went straight down the baseline, reverse layup, and another foul. Against the Argentinians, and Gunnar will go to the line. Galizzi with the foul. That's what he can do to you, just a quick move, no help's able to come across, and he will get you in foul trouble.
Patricio Garino. And Campazzo just slowing it down, the conductor to his orchestra. Brasino. 3 points, 4 rebounds already for Brasino off the bench.
Just a quick dribble attack there by Deck, picking up the foul on Choi.
Brasino again. Open three. Why not shoot it when you shoot as well as Nicola Brasino does?
Yeah, playing his basketball at Tenerife, we see him in the Basketball Champions League as well, and he's just got a great stroke and such good size to shoot the three from deep.
Kim Gunnar, look out, draws the foul, just couldn't quite make the left-hand shot.
Yeah, he had space to make the jump shot there, but he's missed a couple, and he just decided, I'm going. And before the defense could get set, he's back at the line for 2 shots. Shot a good percentage in the World Cup qualifiers, 83% for his free throws. And he can just spend a lot of time at the free throw line once he gets into the rhythm of his game, and nearly stolen there off the inbound.
Brasino again. No Deck. Deck just decides to throw the three as casually as you like.
Just seems to have a lot of time, doesn't need to jump because of his size from behind the arc, knocks down the three.
Sang-Kyun Lee. Gunnar. Gonna try and go himself here. Gunnar, difficult shot, but gets it.
It's a really tough shot, ends up with a jump hook off the glass.
Unsportsmanlike foul has been called here.
I'll have to have another look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. From the reverse angle, you can see that he's just stopped. That's not smart. Right in front of the ref. That's not a captain type action.
Take Galizzi, the man at the line. .26 years of age. So timeout has been called by the Koreans. We've got just under 6 minutes to go in this second quarter. Argentina leading by 8, 30 points to 22. You mentioned the Russia-Nigeria game earlier, and it's almost got a similar feel to that, hasn't it? Argentina seemingly in control, but unable to brush Korea off right now.
No, it's different type of team, Korea, but it's still the same sort of difference in level. And you know, they've just got to keep true to how they play the game, get it inside to Raguna, and if Raguna starts to cause problems, the defense claps in on him. That will create some space for the outside shooters, and we know that they enjoy shooting the three, maybe more than they shoot the two. There's 7 assists at the moment for Argentina. Korea will want to get the assist levels up. They've only got 2 at the moment, so they want to keep moving the ball, keep sharing it.
A good collection of Korean fans as well.
Raguna just been spoken to by the ref. It's going to get very physical. If this game remains close and Argentina things aren't going Argentina's way, they will try everything that they know in the book to ensure they get the victory. So the referees want to make sure the physicality is right within the laws of the game early on.
Sergio Hernandez has normally got something to say. It's Campazzo. Garino. 1 second to shoot it. Campazzo for 3. Right on the buzzer.
And that's what Campazzo can do to you. Makes big shots. And there's another one right there, a very deep 3.
I was looking for the foul there, didn't get it, and now the fast break is on Campazzo for back-to-back threes. You better believe it.
Right in front of us there, Adam, and that's wonderful. And again, going back to practice yesterday, he hardly missed, carrying on where he left off.
The lead is growing. It is up to 14 now. Looking to try and respond with a 3 of their own career. Off target, offensive rebound though. Raguna throws up the jumper, no good. Brasino with the rebound. Brasino into Deck. Deck does brilliantly well just to keep hold of it. Surely not 3 in a row. A turkey in 10-pin bowling terms. Here is Galizzi who makes the 2.
That's great patience. Get the ball inside, get the mismatch. There's going to be a lot of those in this game. And Galizzi just drops it over the front of the hoop. That 3-pointer with Raguna closing you down. And he's doing the old celebration there, showing us that he is the magician, whether he's wearing an Argentinian vest or Real Madrid. And it forces the timeout, Adam, and this is crucial. Biggest lead by far. Argentinians starting to have their way, and it's a big time out for Coach Zhang Shik.
Yeah, we mentioned, about a minute ago, how close it was and how well Korea were doing, staying in touch, just 8 behind, and then bang, 60 seconds later they find themselves 16 behind.
Well, they've got so many weapons. Well, Galizzi comes in. Every player that comes in on this Argentinian team, they know their job. They're not going to force it. And with Campazzo hitting threes as well as directing the orchestra, as you said, it's, you know, what poison do you pick? Which matchup do you go for? And in the end, Argentina will just keep searching the best matchup, keep moving the ball and get high percentage shots.
Well, the Argentinian supporters have now found their voice, and you can't really blame them. The basketball that we've just seen in the last minute or so as well and truly inspired them.
Great to see. This is what the World Cup is all about.
Well, we need a response from Korea, and they need one quickly. Laguna, that's what they don't need. Turnovers as Brasino to Campazzo. Again, just slows things down, plays the game at his own tempo. Brasino thought about the long three. Good pass, the bucket won't count.
Yeah, good patience again, gets it into Galizzi. He just rolls off from up high. Nice bounce pass. And Jung Young Choi just wasn't able to stay. Galizzi, he's already up to 3,000. This is going to be the problem with the mismatches, and when they get the ball right by the basket, if they're trying to defend, invariably it's going to end up with a foul.
Campazzo will inbound to Galizzi. Campazzo again throws it outside to Deck. Deck steps in, takes the long two, no good. Laguna with the rebound. That's another cheap turnover from him. Good work from Galizzi to steal it back.
Not sure what's happened there, but Laguna, that's a couple of sloppy turnovers. But it's just active hands, long bodies, long arms, getting their hands in the passing lanes, turning the ball over.
So Argentina will keep it. 18 seconds still left on the shot clock. The lead is still 16. Here is Campazzo again. Brasino, great pass all the way out to Garino. And you just knew that that was going to be made.
Wide open, all the defense are shuffled across ball side. Garino wide open, knocks down the three.
He's really suffered with injuries in his career, Patricio Garino. As Laguna gets the offensive rebounds. Laguna throws it back outside. Good perimeter defense from Argentina. Now the three goes up. No good. Laguna can't put it back. Another offensive board. Laguna again looking to force and muscle his way through. He draws the foul and will shoot two.
That's a good move from Laguna, just catches, squares up, and then just steps through, rips the ball through. Good footwork and picks up the foul. And that's again with Brasini, with the size he is, good for his shooting, great for his passing as well.
Makes one from two. The lead is 18. Just under 3 minutes to go in this second quarter. Deck. Garino. Garino drives inside. Nice little pass to Galizzi. strong block from Raguna.
Just Raguna showing his versatility and strength as a defender there. Galizzi had tried 2 or 3 moves to try and get him off. 1, 2, get out of here. Didn't look that impressed with himself. Raguna.
High standards.
Yes, indeed.
There's Campazzo. Campazzo, the little teardrop. Can they spring another fast break here? Korea, good transitional defense that from Argentina. The last touch off an Argentinian foot, so Korea will keep it.
Yeah, that's good hands again. Guarino making up for lost time maybe with some of his injuries and just being so pleased to be part of this group.
He said that he actually contemplated retirement earlier on this year. Continuous injuries after the really bad MCL injury back in November of last year. He then suffered a relapse to that. And it's just horrible, isn't it, when you just spend month after month on the physio's table, not seeing any improvement. But I'm sure right now he's pretty glad that he decided to stick with it and not retire from the sport. He's only 26 years of age as Galizzi drives in. Oh, and Deck couldn't quite put it back. Here they go again, the bounce pass. They're trying to force it.
Yeah, they're trying to force the pace. They feel that that's the way to play against Argentina, but just too much juice on that pass. And the Korean play before that, when they drove to the basket and missed high off the glass, Raguna was free underneath. I think at times they need to draw the defense when they're driving to the basket, and that will leave Raguna open. So they need to look at that and talk about that maybe at half-time.
Well, obviously touched an Argentinian on the way through here because Korean have kept it, although the look on Guarino's face suggested that he wasn't entirely sure why that call was made. Seung-Kyun Lee into Raguna. Guna again, just so difficult to stop underneath.
And Galizzi did his best, but you just can't deal with a specimen like Raguna on your own sometimes.
Campazzo. Vildoza, now Brasino. Two seconds left to shoot here, Brasino. He's got to get the 3 off, which he does. In the end, it's an air ball. The 2 won't count. The buzzer had already gone.
It was good defense by Korea, but no ball movement at all there. Brasino decided to take it himself. He can knock down the 3, as we know, but maybe just get a pass off first, and then you can always get it back.
It's Raguna. A long 2 is good. It's the shot he's been struggling with so far today.
If he can add that to his game, then Korea have a good chance of sticking around. But nice footwork, jab steps, and knock down the 2.
Deck. Campazzo, the disguised pass. The 3 can't go. Strong rebound. So timeout is called. We've got 32 seconds remaining in this first half. And, the lead is back down to 14. Argentina 41, Korea 27, as Argentina call timeout.
Korea have just got to stem the tide. The Campazzo 2s and the Galizzi inside work started to take the game away from Korea, but they're hanging around, and if they can have a good finish to this quarter, go into half-time, regroup. Just looking at some of the stats, 5 and 7 turnovers respectively for Argentina. Field goal percentage quite low, 38% and 28%. Not great, but we know these teams can heat up really quickly and change that for sure. There's one concern for me with Korea. Raguna plays a lot of minutes. He hasn't come out yet.
Yeah.
You know, I know he's got a half time coming up, but it's trying to find some sort of rotation where they can just give him a break during the game and still cope with Argentina, and that's something that Coach Sanchik has got to think about. But Raguna himself will probably say, well, I'm not going out. Well, he's going out now, but
Yeah.
he's played predominantly the whole of the first half.
Good adjustment with the second.
Yeah, Korea shot just under 70% in the qualifiers, and they need to shoot a very high percentage the rest of this game to stay with Argentina.
Scola back on the floor for Argentina. There's about 7 seconds between the shot and the game clock here. Here is Luis Scola, now Campazzo. Deck. Shot clock is down to 1. He's got to get it away. Deck, he does just in time. All part of the plan.
Yeah.
Tries to back in the three just before the half-time buzzer. And that's a pretty impressive opening half from Argentina. They certainly haven't underestimated this Korean side, who have certainly played their part, that is for sure, and they are still very much in this game. But at the half-time break, it is Argentina who have a commanding lead. They lead by 15, 43-28.
Yeah, Argentina as favourites for the group and for this game. They're doing what they need to do. All the key players are firing. Percentages aren't great, apart from obviously the three-point percentage for Argentina at 8 from 13, 62%. But they just have so many weapons, so many different players who can knock down threes. Vildoza, Campazzo, Scola and Brasino, to name a few. But they've just got a good flow to their game. But Korea are being gutsy, they're being respectful, but they are pushing Argentina as hard as they can. And there's top scorers, Ra and Campazzo. Sung-Young, Lee and Lee for Korea, and Garino and Brasino in behind Campazzo. Of course, Campazzo didn't start, but he's still leading the team.
So that is it for the first half. We will leave you with the highlights from that opening half, but do make sure you're back in just over 10 minutes' time when the second half will begin. It's Argentina who lead 43 points to 28.
Teodosic. Bounce pass into Radilica, and he's blocked by DeMarcus Cousins.
A great defensive play there by Cousins. I mean, he just got up.
Teodosic hits to Bielitsa. Oh, it goes up for the dog! Nemanja Bielitsa. Now Irving shakes and bakes out top, then drives in and puts it up. Pass and the dunk by Kalinic. USA chase it. They were worried about the backcourt violation, and it goes to Caffrey.
And this is USA basketball. You get a steal, you run, and you finish it off with the dunk. Let's look at it one more time right here. Klay Thompson, Derrick Rose, touch pass to Caffrey, and a monster dunk right there.
My parents gave me away, so I had no purpose in this life. Yeah. When you educate a woman, you educate a nation. It's a quote from Nelson Mandela, by the way.
So welcome back, everybody, to the Wuhan Sports Center. It is the second game on the opening day here at the FIBA Basketball World Cup 2019 in Group B. We've already seen a win for Russia over Nigeria. It was a great game as well to kick us off here in Wuhan. Russia narrowly coming out on top at the moment. It is Argentina in control of the second game here against Korea. They lead by 15 at the halftime break. It's going to be fascinating to see what Korea can do in this second half, and I suppose that's the million-dollar question, Graham. What can they do?
Well, it's the first of 3 games. Are they going to absolutely give it a go? I think first 5 minutes. Get Raguna back in. He only had about 20 seconds off the court in the first half. See how much energy level he has. But they just have to do their best to stay with this Argentinian machine, which is basically what it is, a well-oiled machine. Each player knows exactly what they've got to do when they come on the floor. Korea just got to keep hustling. Lee Jong-young and Raguna leading them. Campazzo, Scholar, Brasino and Dex come on and done a really nice job. Sort of a future star for sure in this Argentinian team. They've just got to keep in touch, like Nigeria did so well against Russia. If they can just stay within 10 points, they've got a chance.
Well, Argentina really sharing the scoring load right now. If you compare Argentina to Korea, you've got Vildoza, who's got 5 points, Scola 5, Campazzo 8, Brasino 6, Delia 4, Dek 5, Garino 6, Galizzi 4. And then you look at Korea, you've got Raguna, who's got 14, Junghyun Lee, who's got 9, and then no one else has more than 3. Well, there's actually only 2 other players that have scored, so only 4 players on the Korea side have any points to their name. Argentina really sharing the workloads.
Yeah, and that's a key to how they play, but that's also the key to how Korea have played during the qualifiers, but they're not sharing the ball, they're not getting the assists. Only 4 assists and a half, and they were averaging over 20 assists in the qualifiers against different type of opposition, obviously, from the Asia tournament. But they need to share that ball and keep going inside to Raguna whenever they can.
Well, they were winners of the inaugural FIBA Basketball World Cup all the way back in 1950, were Argentina, and they are looking strong once again, eyeing more silverware here in China as an early 3 is knocked down, not the start that Korea needed there.
That's the 2 MVPs combining there, Campazzo to La Provitola. MVPs from the Spanish League, of course.
Raguna. Good work from him. He's up to 16 personal now.
And that's his steady diet inside. Just back you down, couple of bounces, and then a jump hook over the shoulder.
Provitola looking for back-to-back 3s to start off this third quarter. No good. Get the offensive rebound now. Luis Scola. Uncontested 3.
That's his second 3 and just takes his time, just like the start of the first half. He gets Argentina up and running alongside La Provitola's 3.
It's Raguna. Guna just decides to shoot the 3 himself. Why not?
Well, he's starting to feel the range now. So many different ways he can score when he gets their long-range game going as well.
And Pazzo, great pass, but it's another uncontested 3 that is knocked down by Nicolas La Provitola.
And La Provitola has just come out firing. Didn't play a lot in the first half, just about 5 minutes or so. And his legs are under him, and he's just catching and shooting alongside with Scholar. And then Raguna says, well, let me try this 3-point game, and he knocks one down. It's red-hot start to the second half, but Argentina are pulling further away.
Yeah, not even 90 seconds played. We've already seen 4 threes. Unfortunately for Korea, though, 3 of those 4 have come from an Argentinian shirt.
Well, it's tough for Korea. La Provitola, we know his skill level and how he's performed this year. But here come off the bench. They haven't been really facing him during the first half. All of a sudden, quick 2 catch and shoots. And along with Scola's 3, and it's another timeout required. But they've got to keep working.
Well, Gunnar is certainly heating up. Scored 267 points in qualifying, did Raguna, more than any other player in any other region. And as Graham alluded to right at the start of the game, he made 8 double-doubles in just 10 qualifying games. I suppose, Graham, the worry about that is you can almost become overly reliant on one player, can't you?
Yeah, and Korea don't want to have to do that. He does give them that different look. If he's out, they're just going to play 5 out. They haven't got such an inside option, but they're straight back to him.
Up it goes again. He's definitely in the groove at the moment, Raguna.
Just good fundamentals. Jab step, just freezes Delia, gets him to stand up, and he just steps back, knocks down the mid-range jump shot.
Patso, nice pass to Scola. Little fake. Another 3 on the way. And this time Leprovitola is off target, but Scola there with the offensive board. Campazzo. Garino. Oh, it's beautiful from Leprovitola. And Guna is there with the rebound.
Just a pretty looking shot, just didn't quite get it to go. And that's a pretty move along the baseline. Kim Sung-young couldn't make that.
Leprovitola again seeing lots of the ball in the early stage of this third quarter. Now Scola looking to go to work. Buoyed on by the crowd. Can't get the right-hand jump hook to go. Good steal from Garino. And here they go, it's Campazzo. Campazzo out to Leprovitola, who has so much time to knock down his third 3 just in this third quarter.
And Argentina are a different animal again when the dynamic duo are on the court. Leprovitola and Campazzo.
It's Raguna. Very nearly had it stripped off him, did well to keep hold of it. The shot clock's down to 3. Here comes the 3-point attempt. Last touch off Raguna, so Argentina will get it back.
Yeah, Raguna working hard under the boards there. As we look at Leprovitola, just wide open. He just sprints to his spots. And Campazzo, if you're open, he will find you.
Garino, lovely pass underneath, and Delia doesn't miss from there.
They make some shots from the outside, and the focus goes away from inside, and they go straight back inside to Delia. Nice up fake, scores the 2.
Well, the lead is growing and growing. It's up to 22 now. Raguna again for 3. He cannot miss right now, Raguna.
He's heating up, but that, as we said before, they're very reliant on him. If they can just get the ball sharing, and then he can just get the shots whenever.
Oh, disappointed there, Luis Scola. Sung-kyun Kim looking to go coast to coast. Good work from Delia, and Campazzo just about keeps it in bounds. And in the end, the last touch goes off Sung-kyun Kim, and Argentina will get it.
That's great hustle by both teams, totally committed to the calls. Campazzo off court nearly ends up on the Korean bench to save 1 ball, and then Kim Sung-young deflects it out of bounds again. Excellent to watch.
Scola.
Good defense. Good defense by Korea.
Jung-Yun Choi throws it out. No, Jung-Yun Lee for 3 is fouled, and will head to the stripe and shoot 3.
That was really aggressive, quick ball movement there. In the end, Scola just closing out too hard on the shot and just makes contact with the shooter's hand.
Substitution. 韩国队请求换人。
Pleading his case with the ref. Not for the first time in his career. It's incredible to think out of his 5 World Cups, and he looks as in good a shape.
Yeah.
As potentially, obviously, some older bones and some wear and tear, but he's just still looking a top player.
Surely this will be his last, won't it?
Well, we were talking about it the last couple of days. It would be the right time, I guess, especially if Argentina have a good run in this tournament, for him to finish on a high. But just depends how he feels and how the coach feels.
Yes, good work from Raguna, grabbing the offensive rebound, just couldn't quite get the 2. It's another offensive board, throws it back out. Now the threes, no good. And in the end, it's brought down from Leprovitola. Scola and Raguna, a bit of a coming together, but good sportsmanship from Guna, just apologising. It's Campazzo. Trying to find Delio, does well, good hands just to keep it alive. The shot clock is counting down, but the foul is called.
Just constant movement by the Argentinian players with Campazzo, Leprovitola. They've got such good options outside, and then Delia, who actually, he missed a pass by Campazzo, one of the Campazzo bullets earlier, but he managed to keep hold of that just. You've just got to have your heads up the whole time when you're on the floor with Campazzo.
Here he is again, the pass behind the back, Scola. Leprovitola, Scola is wide open at the top of the key. If they can find him now, they do, but here is a little too late. Campazzo thought about it, shot clock down to 1, a little teardrop off the glass. Delia with the offensive rebound, throws it back out.
There's a foul called there. Campazzo on the floater.
Yeah, foul has gone on Chan-hee Park. So another 14 seconds here for Argentina. Leprovitola, he's got the hot hands, but he can't quite make this one. Raguna with the rebound. It's another double-double for Raguna, by the way. 24 points and 12 rebounds for him today as the three is off target. Great hustle from Raguna this time, putting his body on the line for Korea. Chan-hee Park, good penetration. Just couldn't quite get the finish with the left hand. Now Campazzo, Guarino, Delia, Campazzo. Brilliant ball movement, this from Argentina, and in the end, Delia is able to draw the foul.
Yeah, that's beautiful to watch. Raguna, first off, diving on the loose ball, just leading by example for his team. He's really relishing the challenge against the Argentine bigs. And then just extra passes from one side to the other, and then back to Delio as he was the person who made the pass from the top. So ball never touched the floor, and that's pretty to watch. Bit flat there, Delia's shot. Just needs to get that early height as it leaves the hand.
So misses them both. Korea 17 back, just under 4 minutes to go in this third quarter. This will be a three if it goes, which it doesn't, but it's a big, strong offensive rebound, but he then throws it over the backcourt.
The bottom line for Korea is they've came in through the qualifiers shooting such a high percentage from three-point land or behind the three-point arc, but today, unfortunately, 4 for 13.
Campazzo to Scola, a three is good.
Whereas Argentina now 13 of 22 from behind the arc, 59%, quite staggering. And that's where Korea need to be shooting at to stay in this game.
Trying to respond with a three of their own. Good work again from Raguna. He just couldn't quite find a Korean shirt. Well, at the start of this game, Luis Scola, remember, needed 22 points to move to second in the all-time list of FIBA Basketball World Cup scorers. At the moment, he's third behind Andrew Gaze. Well, he's eaten into that. He now just needs 11. He'd have to play for another 15 years or so to catch Oscar Schmidt, mind you, at the top of that list. Here is Scola again, who tries to pass it into Delia. You wouldn't be that surprised if Luis Scola did play for another 15 years, would you? Completely open look.
Yeah, it's just way too flat, but good fit. Good movement off the ball, but blocked by Delia.
Here goes Scola. On the fast break, coast to coast, Luis Scola.
Luis Scola just rolling back the years. He was smiling as he came down the floor and just finishing with his right hand.
Dae-Sung Lee. Now Raguna. Oh, I'll be disappointed to have missed that one, although they've got it back again with Dae-Sung Lee. Now Chan-Hee Park with another open look for three. No good, but foul is called.
What the Argentinians have been doing well, which is causing Korea to miss their threes, is chasing them a lot of the time, chasing them off the three-point line, like we talked about with Nigeria trying to do with Russia. The Argentinians have made Korea, as we look at Scola, rolling back the years with that right-handed layup, but they've chased the Korean shooters off the arc, three-point arc, as much as they can, and this is what it's ended up with, just 4 of 13, 31%. That's not going to get it done today, or any day during this this Group B in Wuhan here.
Well, Delhi has just picked up his third foul. He's had a good game so far today, 6.7 rebounds for the big man. Dae-Sung Lee for three. Garino grabs the rebounds. Now Leprovitola. Deck behind the back pass. Oh, yes! Now we've come to play.
That's the play of the day so far. Behind the back from Deck to the magician Campazzo, who knocks it down for three.
Dae-Sung Lee has it stripped out of his hands from Campazzo again. Campazzo, the no-look pass, all aboard the showboat. Leprovitola can't get the three though. Now down the other end of the floor. Good work from Park, who makes the two.
Yeah, nice play from Korea there. Just getting to the front of the hoop. Just a simple, uncomplicated layup by Kim Jong-kyu.
Here's Deck. Deck spins. Just doesn't get the roll, but we'll head to the stripe.
Yeah, Deck showing his versatility, getting in the post. Spins baseline on Lee. He's too big and strong for him, but watch this. How'd you like that? And Campazzo just finishing it off perfectly. Reverse angle. That's playing with Campazzo. It's got to rub off on the other players that they're going to want to share. And why not share it back to the top assist man on your team?
We're so lucky we've got so many different camera angles now to look at these replays and just see the skills on show from every possible angle. Perfectly portrayed that little backhand pass from Deck there.
But Deck just seems to play the game at his pace as well. He will slow the game down when he needs to, and he's never in a rush.
Chan-Hee Park inside the final 60 seconds of the third quarter. Argentina with a 25-point lead. Step back two, in and out. Rebound by Maximo Fjellerup. Here goes Deck again. Out to the corner where Luis Scola waits. Oh, the fast break is on for Korea. Great play and a big one-hand flush from Raguna.
And Korea with a bit of showtime themselves, pushing the ball up the floor. Raguna where he's most dangerous, right at the front of the rim.
Here's Vildoza. Scola is fouls.
Well, Scola hasn't quite got the elevation that he used to have, but he's so smart. Just protects the ball as we see Raguna finishing with a one-hand slam, and he's scoring heavily again, just like he did in the qualifiers and the preparation games. He just needs, you need 2 or 3 other players to be scoring 10 to 15 points a game, just to share the load.
Yeah, there's only one other in double digits right now, and that's their captain, Jung-Hyun Lee, who's got 11 points. Raguna way out in front with 26 right now to go with his 14 rebounds. So back comes Tayevek Galitsi. Skola checks out.
Galitsi had a good game so far, a tough player.
So last possession of this third quarter, you'd imagine. Drives into the lane. Oh, what a finish. What a finish from Laprovitola, and what a quarter that man has had. What a quarter Argentina have had.
It's just beautiful, slicing open the Korean defense, and Laprovitola, you can see why he's the MVP of the Spanish Endesa.
So third quarter done. Argentina have stretched their lead, 71 points to 44.
Yeah, Argentina really putting on the pressure in that quarter, winning it 28-16. That's a lot of points. And Laprovitola was the main reason coming in and just sparking that big third quarter for them. Looking at the three-point percentages, 56% for Argentina, 27% for Korea. They need to up that. Maybe they can get going in the last quarter and carry that on into their next round of games. Provitola, what a top player he is. Him and Campazzo, they aren't blessed with a lot of height, but they are blessed with a huge skill set and a great reading of the game, and so well complemented by the likes of Scholar and Delia. They've got so many different options. Raguna's doing his best, Adam, to keep this ship afloat for Korea, but it's tough to just have one player doing so much of the scoring statistically. And that pleased the crowd, that little reverse right-hand layup.
Yeah, well, of course, it may well all come down to points difference in a few days' time when, of course, the preliminary stage ends. There's just confirmation of Raguna's double-double, 26 points, 14 rebounds for him today. So yeah, as much as you think Argentina are strolling away with this, it's still important here for Korea to keep fighting and just try and get this one as close as they possibly can. You never know, every point could well be vital in advancing through to the second round. Jung-Hyun Lee. Jung-Hyun Lee. Back outside, Jung-Hyun Lee for three, fouled and one.
That's a great looking shot, much better release there, good height on the shot, slightly fading away. And he gets fouled in the act of shooting, and he'll go to the line for a 4-point play. That's pure, that's as pure as it gets from outside the three-point area. He's probably the only player we're going to see at this tournament shooting the foul shot off the bank. I hope he's saying bank every time he makes one.
Here goes Deck. Oh, look out.
Look out below. Gabriel Deck saw a gap and smashed his way through it and threw it down.
It's Jung-Hyun Lee again. Oh, I just saw Chan-hee Park out the corner of his eye, and just as he threw it up, Park decided to move to his left.
Look at Deck, goes up with one hand, then two, and throws it down. He could be a special player himself.
He's Vildoza steps back, makes sure that both feet are behind the arc. Another three. I mean, their three-point shot today has been extraordinarily good.
Vildoza started proceedings off in this game, and he's knocked down. He looks really organised and ready to go. As do all the Argentinian players that come on the floor. And Korea have got some problems here. But I think any team that comes up against Argentina, when they're shooting 14 of 25 from behind the three-point arc, are going to have problems. But they must gainfully keep going. They cannot let their heads drop. They've still got a quarter of basketball, as you said. Points difference could be an issue if they can beat Nigeria. And who knows what might happen. But as Kim San-shik said in the press conference yesterday, they're going to learn some lessons, and they are certainly learning them. And a very steep learning curve for them, because this Argentinian team has got everybody playing, everybody's involved. The ball doesn't hit the floor much, which is a really refreshing sight. And we're going to see Air Scholar flying to the basket for a nice reverse layup. 15 points, 9 rebounds, almost a double-double himself, and he just does it within the flow. He does remind me of Gasola, of course, we saw at the Eurobasket in 2017, the way he plays within the system.
Here is Vildoza. And of course, Korea have got to think to themselves that technically, certainly on paper, they are playing the hardest opponents in the group first off. So things should only get easier from here on in. So you saw a Russian side earlier who were missing 7 players through injury. Still look pretty good, but perhaps not quite at full strength. And a Nigerian side who are certainly talented, that there's no doubt, but are very young, very inexperienced. So yeah, I think Korea, even if they do go on to lose this, can still think positively about their World Cup campaign.
I agree, Adam, absolutely.
Junkyun Lee for 3. Deck with a rebound, draws the foul.
Yeah, they've got to keep taking good shots. As Deck gets in amongst the rebounds.
So Choi has just picked up his 5th foul, so he's fouled out. Provitola. Steps back. Provitola for 3. You know the rest.
And that is just great footwork again. It's an artist at work, and he knew halfway to the basket that 3 was down. He was on his way back on defense.
Well, all 4 of his 3-pointers have come in the second half. Provitola, he's really heated up. There goes Fiella up, good pass. Provitola open again, back to back.
They just run the break so well. Provitola runs to his spot. Whoever's open gets the ball. Provitola is red hot, and they're going to keep feeding him.
Good pass from the young 21-year-old Maximo Fiella up. As Raguna goes up, makes the 2, and we'll head to the line for a 3-point play.
It's another wonderful move, just using his size and his width. That's a nice pass. Used the bounce pass, and Raguna's in. The help came up to where the ball was. Raguna just stayed under the hoop and was able to finish. And Galitsi with his 4th foul. But he's a nice, him and Elliott, they're a nice foil, if you like, for Scholar. They all play physical, but they're all so highly skilled, Adam. And that's a huge help in these type of tournaments.
Fiala up again now. Vildoza. Good penetration from him and the finish with the left hand.
That was great play. Finished with the left hand. He could have dropped off the pass with his right hand, but kept going left and finished with aplomb.
Sung Kyung Kim running it deck. Can't get the finish, and Raguna draws the foul.
It was a tough shot, but Raguna again just being in there, being a nuisance. This is a nice finish. He could have dropped it off to Galizzi, and that's where the problem was for the defender. He wasn't sure if to stay with Galizzi or go to the ball, and it opened up the lane nicely. He's really heated up, isn't he, Adam?
Yeah, that's 30 points now for Raguna. It was a slowish start, wasn't it? But
yeah, slow start. Wasn't hitting his outside shot at all, and then just made a couple, made a three as well, and then his free throws, high percentage as well.
Yeah, that's the problem. He scored 31 of their 53 points. He needs some help. Oh, yes, Fiala up. This 21-year-old who a lot of people are speaking about.
Yeah, explosive move. Just attacked the defense. The lane opened up again and threw it down one-handed.
Three goes up, no good. Big rebound again from Raguna. Mid-range jumper goes.
It's good effort from Lee Sung-young. Just keep going, keep getting the rebounds. Get yourself into this tournament. Try not to look at the score, just play every possession.
That's beautiful. Oh. Get out of my house, says Raguna.
He is just, it's his timing again. He hasn't got the height of some of the Argentinian players, but the timing of his block and the strength. And there's the dunk from the reverse angle, and that's just a nice play. Raguna couldn't get across that time.
Oh, it's a beautiful inbound pass. Deck makes the two, and will head to the line for a three-point play.
Yeah, it's just a clever play. Bit of diversion with the initial screens close to the basket, and then Deck just ghosted in unseen.
So Deck is up to 12 personal. That's a cheap turnover. Vildoza with the steal. He's got Deck in front of him. He has Redivo. There is Deck. Delia just about able to take control of things again. Still got plenty of time here. Back to Marcos Delia. Can't make the little floater. Sang Kyung Kim. Now Raguna. Just under 5 minutes to go. Throws it back outside. Little feint. Another feint. Now the long jump who banks it in.
That's a really nice job by Hai Ju Zhong. Couple of fakes and just knocked the shot down off the glass. That was a high level piece of offense there.
That's a beautiful pass. Here's Lucio Redivo. The tattoo-laden Gabriel Deck. Redivo for three, comes up short. Delia goes up for the rebound alongside Raguna. The last touch off Raguna. He's not happy with the call. He thought it should be Korean ball, but it has gone the way of Argentina. And a timeout is called by Korea.
Just looking at the plus minus as well. We're just sort of picking the statistics apart, and they're minus 25 Korea, and plus minus for Argentina is plus 25, and they're just such an efficient machine. 9 of 12 from the line, 14 of 25 from the three-point line. It's just an awful lot of threes they're taking, almost doing what we thought Korea would do. Korea are taking the threes, but they're just not making them, and it's pushing the scores further and further apart. And there's confirmation of the percentages. The bench scoring is a massive difference as well. 35 out of 29 and 4 out of 18, but that's because Argentina have 12 guys, pretty much 10 to 12, that can just come on, and there won't be much drop-off from the player that just left the floor. So, you know, that's a massive gift to have at a long tournament like this, which, of course, Argentina hope they will be here for the duration, as we see La Provatola just scoring in so many ways. He's just come on and just taken over. He's been a joy to watch.
Here is Redivo. A few Argentinians trying to get the crowd going. Unfortunately, no one's really responding to them at the moment.
But Argentina are exactly where they want to be. They're comfortable, everybody's getting a run, and they can rest their key players when they need to, ready for the bigger, potentially bigger challenges ahead against Nigeria and then Russia on the last game day.
Dae-Sung Lee. Now Sang-Hyun Kim. Kim steps back, very nearly did exactly the same thing he did a couple of minutes ago and throw the ball out of bounds, but it doesn't matter because Dae-Sung Lee just knocks down a three from miles out.
Yeah, the defense stepped off. A lot of the time the defense are coming out chasing the Korean shooters off the three-point line. This time they by Lee Dae-Sung. They've got to keep attacking, keep trying. Ragun is off the floor now, so let's see how this group can do for the last 3 minutes. Different way of playing, maybe more 5 out than having Ragun in for the 4-1.
Anticipation from Redivo to bring down that rebound. Draws the foul. Foul goes on Dae-Sung Lee.
Korea had already both in fourth quarter.
Mendoza again now. Redivo, little bounce pass into Cafaro. Another good finish from Augustin Cafaro.
He's a bit old school with that left-handed layup, but he's rolling well.
Dae-Sung Lee for another three, air ball. Cafaro grabs the rebound. He only made his senior team debut back in February earlier this year, did Augustin Cafaro. Was part of that gold-winning side at the Pan Am Games, and now he's showing his defensive side as well.
That's a big block. He's running the floor. He's got good size, Cafaro. Just watch the way he comes over here and says, not in this house.
This will be a long two if it goes, which it does. 2.5 minutes to go. The lead is 30 exactly.
And Korea haven't had many wide open shots like that. Argentina have played good defense.
Redivo just decides to shoot over the defense. Cafaro brings down the offensive rebound. Unable to find an Argentinian shirt. Dae-Sung Lee, who's looked pretty good, actually. Dae-Sung Lee, as another three is knocked down. Sung-Kyun Kim on this occasion.
Yeah, good transition, just kick it to the shooter. And before the defense is set, knock the three down.
Dozer out to the corner. Did well to get out to him. Oh, the little spin! Can't get the finish, but he will shoot two.
That's great penetration and kick. And then attack along the baseline with the spin. Just couldn't quite get the finish. But good aggressive play by Fellerup.
That's nice for Sergio Hernandez today to be able just to rest the likes of Luis Scola for really as long as he chooses to. Should be fully fit and refreshed to go for the remaining two games of the preliminary stage. Of course, it's a nice situation as well in the World Cup that you have every other day off as well, so each team will just be able to rest tomorrow. Not sure whether they'll just come and maybe do a light practice, possibly. And they don't have to worry about playing another intense game in the space of 24 hours.
No, that is a different system to, say, Eurobasket, where they were playing 3 games a day and back-to-back days as well. So, yeah, plenty of rest time. They will have practices scheduled tomorrow, but I'm sure that some of the players will sit out and just go through a light workout just to keep ticking over. But it's just been a professional performance from Argentina. They are favourites in this group. They're one of the favourites to go a long way in the tournament, and they're living up to the billing.
Here's Dae-Sung Lee. Now Sung-Kyun Kim. Just about a minute to go as Lee throws up another three. Dae-Sung Lee, 7 points, 4 rebounds and an assist for him.
They're starting to find their range now, so they need to carry this on to the next game or to the practice tomorrow.
Dozer, looking for the alley-oop. Gabriel Deck is so athletic.
Just a hair too high, but Deck was up there, just couldn't quite get the whole of his hand on the ball.
Morango.
Referees are just having a little look at something here.
Blue, so with the white ball. Other one, yeah, this one. Yes.
They're looking at whose ball it is, I think, and they're knocked out, I think, by Korea.
Argentina's ball.
We confirm
Pretty
the
clear.
white ball. Okay?
Yeah.
14 seconds. It's okay.
I think this system has worked reasonably well today. It's been quick and everyone can see what's being looked at.
Yep. That's the key thing, isn't it? Getting it on the big screen so the crowd can view it. I know looking at football or soccer, VAR system has been introduced and it's not quite gone down particularly well, but I think a large part of it is because when there is a review, there's nothing on the big screens in the stadiums for the crowd to actually understand what the review is for. But here, out on the big screen, it said, well, you could see exactly what you saw on your television screen, which is great. So everyone knows exactly what's being looked at.
No, absolutely correct. And football can learn maybe from this tournament the way this is being done.
It's Redivo. Steps back, shoots the three, nowhere near.
He's shot a couple of tough shots. Obviously just wants to get some shots up, but hopefully for him he'll get a good steal, good defense. Hopefully he'll get a better look, an open look, and he can knock one down.
There's Fiala up. Cafaro. Dozer. Argentina will keep it.
And the singing starts again, Adam.
Yeah, these two chaps just away to our right-hand side, possibly well lubricated by now, I'm not so sure. But either way, this has been a learning curve for Korea, but you can only get better by playing against better players and in these kind of environments. So I'm sure even though they will lose this game, Korea, they can still take a lot from it. But as the buzzer goes, it's job done. As far as Argentina are concerned, they were the heavy, overwhelming favourites coming into this one. And, well, they've looked in control right from the get-go. In the end, a comfortable way to kick off their World Cup campaign. They have beaten Korea 95 points to 69.
Yeah, exactly what Coach Hernandez would want. Professional performance, right on point. And there's the stats, key stats, 55% from behind the arc. It's not the first time we've said that. 43% total for field goals. Rebounds similar, assists 23 for Argentina, which is what Korea were averaging in the qualifiers, only 14 assists. They need to share that ball a bit more and finish their layups. Make some shots. I'm sure things will improve from them in the next game. Top scorers, La Provitola, who lit it up in the second half especially, and Gunnar, we come to expect big numbers, and that is another huge number to go along with his double-digit rebounds. But as you said during the game, Adam, not enough support for Raguna. They need to address that.
Yeah, it was Raguna very much leading the way with 31 points. Jung-Hyun Lee had 15, but it was only those two who made it into double digits. Argentina just sharing the workloads, and just a dream start really for Argentina. They didn't necessarily have to go into kind of fourth, fifth gear as yet. They were able to give a lot of their kind of key players plenty of rest, and they should be fully refreshed and revitalised going into the rest of the group phase.
Yeah, the likes of Campazzo, La Provitola and Scola, for instance, they're so efficient they don't need a lot of time on the floor to make a big impact, and that's a massive help for Coach Hernandez. Campazzo and La Provitola, when they're on the floor together, is a joy to watch for all of us, and they just make the game look so simple.
Yeah, well, Lewis Scola in the end ended with 15 points, meaning that he just needs 7 points now for the rest of the World Cup to go up to second place above Andrew Gaze in the list of all-time Basketball World Cup scorers. Just one rebound shy of a double-double today, Luis Scola. But the likes of Gabriel Deck, he looked good. He finished with 12 points, and the likes of Nicola Brasino, who came on, he had 6 points, 6 rebounds. They all contributed pretty much to this Argentinian victory.
Yeah, absolutely, Adam, right from 1 to 12, and that will continue. Coach Hernandez will want that, and Gafaru came on. Okay, Raguna's gone off by then, but you've still got to get your legs under you, get in the rhythm of the game. He's left-handed, gives them a different look, and nice screen there and just ducking in behind. And because he's old school, making that left hand well away from the defender, and knocks it down. Plus he had the big block as well, so he's ready to come in if required.
Yeah, it was interesting actually at the end of the game. Luis Scola went straight up to Agustin Cafaro. He gave him a bit of a knuckle pump, whatever you call it, and he kind of said, yeah, pretty impressive.
Yeah, and Scola touched on that in the press conference yesterday after practice, that he's looking after the younger guys, the ones coming through, he wants to show them the way.
So here's a look at the table then, Argentina leading the way with Russia as well, hot on their heels after that 82-77 win earlier against Nigeria. We have a rest day tomorrow, but we will be back on Monday. Nigeria against Argentina and Korea against Russia. Make sure you join us for that one. Thank you for your company today, but for now, from Wuhan, from myself, Adam Fielder, Graham Hiscock, and all of us here, we wish you good night.